Hello everyone, welcome to another Monday and more Splinterlands TV with me, Holazor. Good to have you with us. I am going to be redoing what I did last week. So last week I started to put together a Rift Watchers tier list. And by tier, I mean a tier list, as in what are our tiers going to look like. I did this last week, and I'll be doing it again this week because there's been some changes made to the cards. So last week, I had quite the bit of fun. Don't know how innocent that fun was. Putting together this little list about what's to be expected with various Riftwatcher cards, what my opinion is, what the opinion of the people watching the stream at the time had, and, well, a lot has changed on the QA server since I put this together. Think it's going to be mostly unchanged from what's on QA now, so here is my opportunity for some redemption with tier list 2.0. So I think I'm going to start in exactly the same order that I did last time. I'll be looking at these cards from a diamond or champion level perspective. Hey Rick on the Mountain, welcome, and hey Mighty Cylon, welcome to you as well. So I'm going to jump on over to the QA server, and we're going to start with the first card in the order here, which is the Ash Mirage. Now, this is a card that has had some changes since the last batch of stuff happened. So previously I had this card in the meh category. It's got headwinds now. It did have headwinds before, but at max level it now also contains a blast shield, which I think moves it out of the meh category to a very solid choice. This team here is going to be anti-Jotun, it'll be anti-magical blast, it's just a generally all-round good blast. Combined with headwinds to reduce the enemy's ranged attacks by 1. You've got a counter to Scattershot to some extent as well. So I think it goes from a meh to a solid choice for the Ash Mirage. Now the next card is another one that has also changed quite a bit. That's the Septic Slime. And I'm going to try that screenshot again. The Septic Slime now has some new abilities, and I think they are good abilities. I said Septic Slime was use it in battle. It doesn't get blast the Ash Mirage, so as represented here, these characters have their max levels engaged. I was saying that it would be really good against teams that are using blast because of that reflection shield. And if you're going to be playing this with Jotun, it's going to be really powerful, I think. Moving back to the Septic Slime, I put this as use it in battle previously, and I think that's where it's going to stay. The True Strike is going to be very useful in reverse speed, but it also, I guess it makes it more useful in other areas as well. So I don't really want to put it into the solid category just on the basis of that, because it would have to stay alive for quite some time in order to soak up all that damage before it can actually attack in a regular speed rule set. But it's got pretty good ability to soak up stuff. It would be amazing in the knockout rule set always, regardless of what the speed is involved. Now, previously, we had decided that Tinderlock was push and shove, but Tinderlock has been the subject of some changes. I think that those changes, you've got Last Stand, Close Range Silence, is fundamentally unchanged. The only thing that has changed is his speed. I think that still makes him push and shove, because once he gets his Last Stand, he's going to gain that speed right back, except you'll actually be able to hit him this time. So I think he stays in the push and shove, but not quite as high up on the pecking order of push and shove. Hey, birds, bees, and trees, welcome. Techno-Wizologist, I still think Techno-Wizologist is cheating. It has the Fury, the Camouflage, and the Stun. This guy is going to be absolutely ridiculous against teams that choose to play Taunt that don't have Magic Reflect. I am thoroughly putting Techno-Wizologist into the cheating category. I'm not moving them. Hey, Too Curious, welcome. Good to see you here on Twitch. So I don't think they need to go anywhere else other than the cheating category, the Techno-Wizologist. They're going to be absolutely amazing with the Camouflage. Though they could potentially be vulnerable to Opportunity or some misplaced blasts. I'm putting together a tier list for Rift Watchers. So I'm going to categorize cards into different sections. Either we're going to burn the card, we think, meh, it's average, we might use it in battle, it's solid, we're going to push and shove for the card, or that card is considered to be cheating. That's what we're gonna do here. So feel free to make suggestions and recommendations in the chat. Feel free to correct me in a constructive or aggressive manner. I don't mind. But I did put together a list like this last week, but since the changes have come through, I thought I would reconsider my choices. And it gives us a chance to sort of discuss how we think the cards are going to sit when they are open tomorrow. Rowan, I'm never sick of being wrong. You only get more knowledgeable by being wrong. And that's the fun part about being wrong. Do you not believe that Techno-Wizologist is cheating? Because I believe Techno-Wizologist is cheating. Be as aggressive as you want to, Curious. As long as it's not a personal attack, I can take it. Aggressive constructivism is what I like. So the Fury ability does double damage against any monster that has Taunt. So from its position in battle, the Techno-Wizologist will be able to, while being camouflaged, do double damage to any creature with Taunt. So he's going to have limited functionality against the Life Splinter, particularly with Grandmaster Wraith, but he is going to be very useful and very much fun in terms of destroying a Kraken. If you use him against Death Splinter, then you deserve to die. It's sort of meh. That's all right. Ron's the boss. He can abuse me all that I like, but I know he's truly jealous of the beard. Yeah, the beard is another entity at this point. The beard is just the entity that controls me. What do we think of the Fire Summoner? What do we think of Skagor? We've got Enrage for all of the creatures. Where did I put it last time? I put Skagor in the meh category last time. I don't think I've changed my opinion. If anything, I've sort of felt that my opinion on the Enrage ability has become less useful. I think it will be valid in some rule sets, but I could see this being used less than the Dice Summoner that gave Fire Splinter Piercing. So that's my personal justification for putting Skagor in the meh category. Who is next? Does anyone disagree with Skagor going in the meh category? I think it should belong there. I'm gonna move on over now to Mortius, and it'll be fun hearing me mispronounce all of these monster names as well. So Mortius, where was Mortius sitting last time? We had Mortius sitting use it in battle. I feel like Mortius is just a slower version of Dragon Jumper, but in Fire Splinter. The only difference is, actually, no. Why on earth would you use Mortius when you can use Dragon Jumper? And with only 4 health, I would choose Dragon Jumper every single time because I also get Snare. Sure, Dragon Jumper doesn't have piercing, but I still feel like I'd choose Dragon Jumper every single time, unless I was playing both. I was playing Dragon Jumper and Mortius together, because Dragon Jumper is so expensive. Yeah, that's true. To some extent, that sort of makes Mortius closer to the mess side for me personally, because I own a Dragon Jumper. But I could see that they have usefulness, but that usefulness is sort of erased by the fact that they are slow. Because you wouldn't play Dragon Jumper in reverse speed because they've got like 5 speed at max level or something like that. So I don't know. It sort of feels like Mortius for diamond level play feels like there would be better choices available. 7 mana. Fire Splinter is a bit light on piercing attacks though, so I don't know how to feel about that. Having said that, I don't play Fire Splinter a lot. It's not something I'd consider my favorite Splinter, but I wouldn't be choosing Mortius over Dragon Jumper if I had both options available to me. I could see it being very useful in Equalizer. Yeah, I suppose it could be a good counter for Wraith, but it doesn't have a lot of health. The opportunity element works both ways. It could very easily be taken out by opportunity. I think it's still sitting in the use it in battle category. I don't remember where I put Coastal Nymph. I put Coastal Nymph in the meh category previously. We've got Scattershot and Affliction. So I previously put it in meh, but I've noticed that it has 9 mana, 5 attack. It's got quite a bit of health, and that is a Scattershot attack as well. I'm feeling like I'm reassessing my decision here, that this could be a really annoying Mitika Headhunter style card. It may even go from beyond use it in battle to solid. I mean, it doesn't have the shatter that Mitika Headhunter has, but Mitika Headhunter is an epic in comparison. I think this is a solid choice, and very Mitika Headhunter-like. It will cause absolute carnage. So that's a card I've changed my opinion on. I'm upgrading that card. And I hope that most of this is going to be really, really good. It is expensive for 9 mana, but so are a lot of other Riftwatchers cards. I think it's a use it in battle. No piercing, no shatter, but it's a common. It's a common. It would work well against Green Splinter with Triage, I think, because you can start to harass that backline with that Affliction. I think Scattershot Affliction is pretty unique. And I'm gonna put it in use it in battle. I don't care what anyone thinks. Snare should always kick in against a ranged creature, I thought. I don't know the exact art. I don't know the exact mathematics for it, but it should always work. Particularly if it's a ranged creature trying to hit a flying creature with snare. I thought the hit rate was 100%. I could be mistaken. I could be wrong. Apparently I'm making lots of wrong choices while putting together this tier list. We've got Lemel Refugee here. Now, where did I put Lemel Refugee last time? Because this is another card that's gotten a bit of a rework. Did I like it last time? Did I hate it last time? Or did I just leave it off the tier list entirely? I had it at use it in battle. Now, I don't know if it's got any changes made to it, but I think the in Rage is going to be really nice. But they're missing phase. They had phase instead. I've realized it's a common and there's only so much you can ask for. I think with that card being somewhat unchanged, it probably deserves its spot staying in that use it in battle category. That's just me. By the time it gets in Rage, it's already dead. It's got 9 health for 7 mana. And it's got 4 armor with the Void Shield. So it's gonna live for a bit. Even if it got hit by the Coastal Nymph, it's still got another 2-3 turns in it. Even if it got hit by Mortius, it's still got another 2 turns in it. And it's not likely to get hit by the Mortius with that 9 health. I think it's a decent choice. I wouldn't use it as a frontline tank. I'd use it in other rule sets. Yeah, it's a bad tank for 7 mana, actually. You are right. And it is designed as a tank. It doesn't have that utility of being able to sit anywhere else. So let's move it to the meh category. I agree with you, Ron. You made a compelling argument. Now, Sea Stalker is a card that I was really quite fond of when I did my tier list earlier. But there's been some change. Previously, I had Sea Stalker in the push and shove category. It had Snipe and Camouflage. It's got Cleanse and Amplify. But it's got no shields. I think they may have. Let me double check the pinned comments in the Mavs chat here. Or was I confusing it with another card? Sea Stalker replaced Headwinds with Amplify. So it used to have Headwinds, but now it's got Amplify. No, they took the 2 speed from Tinderlock over here. So Amplify I feel like is more valuable than Headwinds, particularly in the blue Splinter. You've got a whole bunch of Headwinds in there. This is the Mycelia of blue Splinter now, I think. Yeah, this is based on the QA and the stuff that was in the Mavs chat on Discord pinned. I honestly think she might be cheating. I think I like her more with Amplify over Headwinds. The only thing that's going to really hurt her is if she's encountering something with Force Field. Is she cheating? Or is she push and shove? Because she's definitely not any of the other categories. If we consider Queen Mycelia cheating, which I do, I'm going to put it in cheating. I'm upgrading that card. I really liked it with Headwinds, but Blue Splinter already has awesome Headwinds, and if you're playing it with Deep Swimmer, amazing. I think it's cheating now. I've upgraded a card. Alright, next we have Watercaller, which is just Blue Splinter Revealer. They've got the stun. They've got the blast shield. It's Revealer, but Water Splinter and costs 1 more mana. Revealer's a pretty solid card, but it fills a unique niche in Blue Splinter, Death Splinter, sorry. I think Watercaller stays where it was in, use it in battle. It serves a purpose. You could have double Blast Shield. You have triple Blast Shield. You could have 1,000,000 Blast Shields if you're playing really weirdly, but I think Watercaller's a decent choice. I'd use it in battle. But at the same time, I wouldn't push and shove over it. Now, last time, I was personally arguing that Aquatus should not go in the burn category because Backfire is one of my favorite abilities in the whole game. I enjoy the Backfire ability because it results in me losing so many battles because I overestimate its effectiveness. Previously, everyone wanted Aquatus in burn the card category, but I think you should push and shove. Opinions? I'll wait. I feel like that's a massive mic drop from me there. I think it should go into push and shove for a number of reasons. What do you guys think? You think it's on par with the Enraged Summoner run? Because when you think about some of the cards in Blue Splinter, Super Cow, you're back again with the burn for it. I remember last week. I think it's in push and shove because if you look at it in the context of Blue Splinter, they have a lot of really quick cards in terms of what they can do. Now, you're not getting a lot of quick cards here, but can you imagine Lemuel Refugee being backed up by Aquatus? They get hit once, they got Backfire, they're enraged, they're at like 8 speed. Can you imagine Backfire being given to Almo? Almo, Backfire, amazing. When would you prefer to use it over Kalia? When there is no melee monsters allowed. I'd use it. If you had a summoner that was a cross where you had Backfire plus 1 speed, that would be incredible because that would sort of synergize well. But Phantom of the Abyss and Oceanus with Aquatus, as Rick has just said, I think it's going to be a solid choice. I wouldn't put it in push and shove, but you're going to have to know what you're doing. And think about this card in the reverse speed subset as well. This is where I wanted to put it last week, if I'm pretty sure, but it definitely didn't need to be burnt. But, you know, you guys all convinced me that I should. Yeah, you have Biz Kitty come along, and then Aquatus is useless. So don't play it when Dragon is available. Is the lesson to learn there, I guess. But I think it's a solid choice, and it's going to surprise people at just how useful it is. Yeah, if the other side has speed as well, you could become problematic. Where did I put Rune Master Kai last time? I put them in use it in battle. They've got Vampirism, they've got Fury, and they've got Flying. You think it's a push and shove? It is a legendary though. And for 11 mana, you've got to think about the other 11 mana cards. Did Rune Master Kai get any changes made? Increased cost to 11, increased speed by 1, replaced Amplify with Fury. Yeah. This is going to be a destroyer of worlds with those changes. It will absolutely demolish Kraken teams. The fact that it doesn't have camouflage, I'm tempted to put it alongside Techno-Wizologist. I think it's on the same tier, if not better, than Techno-Wizologist. Why is it better? Because it's going to leech life every time it does damage. The only situation Runemaster Kai is going to be bad is going to be against Magic Reflect teams. So that's where it's going to fall over. Hey Max, welcome. And for those of you just joining, next week on Monday, Max will be taking over my stream because I'll be on vacation. So on Monday nights when I stream, i.e. this particular time slot, Max will be looking after you guys for the next 2 weeks. And on Thursday evenings, in 3 days' time, Rick on the Mountain will be taking over my streams while I'm away. So I'm away for 2 weeks. So I'll be here for one more stream this week. But rest assured, this time slot will not be boring. We'll have other people pretending to be me. Maybe they'll be pretending to be me. If they cosplay, I expect to get like Discord messages or tags. Because I'll still have internet access where I'll be, but it will be not very good internet access. So I'm gonna throw Runemaster Kai in the cheating category, not the push and shove category, because if I'm gonna put something else with Fury in that category, Runemaster Kai gets to go there too. You need to buy the wig. Do they make beard wigs? I don't know. Do they get the beard? No, they don't get the beard. That comes with me. But generally speaking, my beard sort of ensures that I get searched at airport security without fail, which is very frustrating. Next up, we're going to be looking at the Bramble Pixie. They are unchanged from the last tier list. There doesn't seem to be any changes here. I had Bramble Pixie in the use it in battle category, but there's probably better choices than Bramble Pixie. I feel like they'll be useful in heal spam teams with Green Splinter. If you were to have a whole bunch of healing behind a Mycelic Slipspawn, chuck this guy in second position and laugh as you have an unkillable team. Unless, of course, you get hit by Coastal Nymph's Scattershot Affliction, then you're stuffed. There's no way out of that then. I think they're still a solid use it in battle choice. They're not good enough to go into the solid category, but I think they get to live in that area there. Now, Lycan Beast is one that has had some changes. Lycan Beast had its speed reduced by 1 and phase was replaced with knockout. So we've got an enraged knockout machine that costs 5 mana. I feel like this is still pretty meh. It feels like a radiated brute, but with more health. I think that's probably where it deserves to live. Earth Splinter can technically have a reflection shield if you play the legendary reward card, Venatcore. But native reflection shields, I'm not sure. But Lycan Beast goes in the meh category and gets to live there quite comfortably. In my opinion, I don't think that the changes are good enough to justify selecting him over something else. Now we have Uloth the Dampier. And I just clicked the wrong button there. My feelings about Uloth Dampier are they are a beautiful card in every single way. They are a very solid choice. They're an incredibly solid choice. But I don't think they're solid enough to quite go down into the solid category, but I did put them there last time. The introduction of another triage into Earth Splinter and one that has a stun, I feel like is a bit of a game changer. I'm going to leave them in the solid category because anything that is triage related and does that much damage, they're going to be monstrously annoying. Big mana triage was lacking. Yeah, that's true. I was confused at first at that comment, but yeah, you have to either say, right, am I going to use 2 mana in Green Splinter to play a princess in a high big mana match, or am I going to combine it with dragon and bring something like a what's the 5 mana guy called? That dude. Instead, to get your triage, this guy's aggressive triage, which is a rare element in this game. So they get to firmly stay in the solid category where I had them initially. Aquatis gives backfire. So if the enemy miss, they take 2 damage. I think that backfire should be impacted by amplify. So if you're using amplify, I think backfire should do another damage. I think that would fix backfire. Ron sent me a challenge on the QA server here and I've only just noticed it, but he's cancelled it, so he gets nothing. Let's look at this next card. We've got Sudier Shaman. I need to rearrange my window order again here. Let's grab this. And it was like an hour ago. Shows how much attention I'm paying. At least I'm being responsive with the chat. Where did I have Sudier Shaman last time? I feel like it's cheating just checking up and looking. Did I leave them out? No, I put them in meh last time because they have charge. I put them in meh because they are a charge monster and I don't think they can kill Uriel. Well, they probably can kill Uriel. No, they can't. Uriel has healing. So yeah, I'm going to leave them in the meh category. They are also unchanged. I don't think that they can get any better. What is the next card? We've got Fernheart. Now, Fernheart is gonna definitely be a card that I chase after. I mean, if we look very closely, they kind of look like me. They've got a beard. They've got a rather excellent head of hair. I am Bernhardt. That card is me. Only I'm not as competent with the swirling green mystical energies. Close range, it's 1 extra health. It's going to be amazing for Earth Splinter. This Bernhardt fella is gonna be very much a push and shove as far as I am concerned. Absolutely push and shove. I don't think they're on the level of cheating, but they are push and shove because A, they're a summoner. B, they bring a whole bunch of awesome synergies to a whole bunch of cards in the Green Splinter. Olaf Dampier, they're now a tank with a stun that can attack from any position. Amazing. So Fernheart is push and shove. Now, for a card that looks nothing like me, we have Necromancer Flurry, capable of doing 7 damage per turn. They have 13 health. They have no abilities whatsoever. Now, if you couple this with Obsidian, they're capable of doing 8 damage per turn. Where did I put them last time? Last time, I put them... Where did I put them? I put them in push and shove. I can't remember why, but imagine this with Llama in the background as this looming, ominous threat. You have Llama. I think the only thing that would be able to kill this is Cornelius Llama, which is a pretty weird combo in close range rule set. But I think Necromancer Flurry is very much a push and shove card. I'm very interested to see how they're going to get used. Hey, Ank and Ron, feel free to accept that challenge of superimposing my face on Fernheart. Perhaps we can make it official law that I am based on Fernheart to some extent. I don't think that's going to be the case, but I would enjoy that very muchly. Now we come to the give me a full screen battle face. Move the mic stand. Right, here's my full screen battle face. It's just me looking sad. You may need to mirror this. I'm looking very sad. You don't pay me to act, Ron. You don't pay me to act. Hopefully you got that. I'll get the tissues out next time and cry for real. Yeah, feel free to do so, Splinter News. Just ping me in chat when you drop the challenge because I'll probably miss it. I haven't actually played any games on the QA server with the Rift Watchers cards yet. So I will be keen to see how they behave in battle because I've not played a single match with them at all. Alright, now we have Dumake Exile. We have a Sneaky Fury card. And I think this guy, 6 mana. Where did I have him last time? We put him into Solid. And that's just where I happened to throw him in. Thank you for the reminder, Mighty Silon. Dumake Exile is our next card for 6 mana. Sneak and Fury. I think solid choice. Really good additional sneak for Life Splinter in Modern. Because if you've been playing Wild League, you'll know that Life Splinter goes absolutely freaking mental with lots of sneaks. And this guy, once he's done killing whatever opportunity creature there is going to absolutely tear apart enemy backlines. He is going to be such a solid choice. Absolutely amazing card. Not quite push and shove because he is a common, but he will command a premium over the other commons so far that we've gone through, is my opinion. Alright, next up we've got the Meddler. Now the Meddler reminds me a lot of the Skull from our current reward set that's going out. It also reminds me of a older card, which I don't own any of, that had 1 health and a whole bunch of armor. Yes, correct. NFA. The Time Meddler, I put them in Solid last time as well. They will be a very nice backline creature. I think they are going to be an excellent choice. You couple them with Wraith, and they are going to be very annoying indeed, particularly with all the repairs that Life Splinter has to offer. So I can't believe we've come this far and we haven't decided to burn anything at this point. And if you've been paying particularly close attention to my screen here, you'll notice that I've got no rune masters at all. That's because last time I burnt them all. I burnt them all into the ground because I thought that they were terrible. Runeslinger is basically a Life Splinter version without poison of the Green Splinter scattershot machine, except here you know you're going to be hitting the right target. So I'm pretty sure I had Runeslinger in solid. Yes, I did. They're staying there. They're not moving. They're still a solid choice. And 5 mana for a Riftwatcher's card? Excellent. For a rare? Great. Their speed seems to be good. Their attack seems to be okay. Their health is very generous for 5 mana, I think. Particularly if you slot them into a really good defensive Life Splinter team. They've got such a great collection of skills. I think that they are very, very, very solid. Another card that I think is going to be pretty solid is going to be this Corsair Busan, or however it's meant to be said. Did I have them in the solid category? I did. I had them here in the solid category once again because they are going to be incredible in that second position. That cleanse is really nice for Life Splinter. Currently your cleanse options for high mana are pretty poor. In Life Splinter you've got the Truth Speaker, which is your 3 mana. Great, wonderful. You've got 3 mana. What are you going to do? You've got your 2 mana Herbalist as a cleanse option as well. Whereas here you've got an aggressive cleanse option, which goes in the same realm as the aggressive triage option here of the Ulof Dampier. That's my justification for Corsair Busan. And again, feel free to speak out in the chat if you feel otherwise, because I am just one person. Now we have Ilthian. +1 speed. Return fire in Life Splinter. Let's turn everyone into a shield bearer. Except they go quick. I'm pretty sure I put it into the solid category last time. Did I just do that? Did I put it into the solid category last time? No, I didn't. We put it into the meh category? What were we thinking? I think it's in the solid category. It's definitely not push and shove. But when you consider, and now I think I know why I put it in the meh category, I'd choose Lorna Shine every single time over Ilthian. So if you don't have a Lorna Shine, sure, play Ilthian, but don't push and shove for it. You're going to have to be very clever about what cards you use. If you use it in conjunction with some of the slows, you could treat this almost like a Quicks the Devious. It's going to do quite well in rule sets where Quicks works quite well. So I'm going to change my opinion and put it into use it in battle. So what do I mean with push and shove? I mean, basically you want to go buy these cards off the market, in my opinion. I.e., these are the cards that will be very, very useful in battle. They will be probably highly sought after, and you're going to have to make an effort to get them. They're going to be the ones where you open a pack and you're like, ooh, I got one of these. as opposed to, I got another one of those things. And meanwhile, the cheating category is the whole, oh, I got one of these, I've wanted one of these forever. Whereas solid is, oh, yes, I got one of those. Use it in battle is kind of like, oh, great, one of those. Yes, I am using Holozor, but the last O is a 0, not an O. Now I move over to the card that I burnt on the QA server, which was Rune Master. What? A 12? Whatever it is. I said we were going to burn them. And burn them all. How do we feel? I'm just going to put him over there for now. I'm going to accept this challenge from Splinter News. And we're going to see how we go in a Rift Watchers enabled battle. We got Silent Summoners, so we won't be able to test any of the new Summoners. We will be able to test some of the cards out. So what are we going to do? What card do I want to test out? I want to test out Rune Master Kai, so I'm going to go with Blue Splinter. And since Summoner choice doesn't matter, I'm going to go with some good old dragons. We won't go with a 4-mana summoner for dragons, though. Sort by mana cost. Wait, can we use our Rune Master Kai? No, we can't, because it's Rise of the Commons. Okay, then. We'll try out our Sea Stalker instead. So we've got Cleanse, we've got Camouflage, we've got that Amplify. So we also want someone with some sort of Reflect in the front line. I'm going to try to keep this to modern cards as well, so we can see how well it works. We don't have close range there, but we've got a Giant Killer. What do we have in terms of return fires? Not a lot. What about reflections? Not a lot there either. Okay. So I know I want to play Sea Stalker. We can't play Rune Master Kai. Coastal Nymph we considered a decent choice, but Life Splinter is available. I'm going to go Demon Shark, because they're pretty good anyway. Throw in the Sandworm, the Deep Lurker. I'm going very melee heavy here, I think. And we need a healer, so we'll throw in the Murderlight Guardian and leave some mana on the table. And we'll see how we go. Alright, so we got True Strike, Stun, we got the Technozoologist in, we got Junker for the repair, and we have Tinderlock lurking in the winds. Very glad I brought the Sandworm along. Let's see how this plays out. I'm not so angry about the True Strike here, because Demon Shark may be able to do some fancy retaliations, but I am a little bit concerned about that. I think I might be able to go through. Yes. Yeah, your reach did seem to go in the wrong position there, but I think the Sandworm still would have taken it away here. So there we have just a single Riftwatchers card. And the Cleanse was possibly useful. I don't know if it was super useful. But bang, 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 very, very GG. I'd send you a card on the QA server, but what's the point? We can get as many as we want on the QA server. Rune Master, how do we feel about Rune Master? Ron's got us a image of Hollow Heart. Oh, he's gone all out here. Look at this, everybody. Look at this. That is A masterpiece. That's a work of art. I even turned my head in the right direction. I think this should be NFT'd as a new profile pic. In fact, Ron, if you could change this to my avatar for my stream, that would be amazing. Get rid of my actual photographic professional portrait shot and replace it with this, because this is great. Should I change my team's profile pic at my place of employment to this while I'm on annual leave? Should this be me when my camera's turned off in Microsoft Teams instead of my, corporate shot? Should this be my new LinkedIn image? Should it be any of these things? I think it's a beautiful, beautiful construction. I think it's great. Well done, Ron. I've been immortalized in memehood forever. Yellow laser eyes and all. Yes, indeed. Anyway, I'm going to still consider the fact that they've got force field though. I was saying burn the card before, but I think it's more of a meh. Did it get any changes? Why did I feel so strongly about this card being terrible? Was it the speed? Was it the health? So I'm gonna go and grab a new browser tab here, and we're gonna go over to the streaming schedule for Splinterlands TV. And if you guys want to know about stuff and things, you come to this page, you come to the schedule page, right? You go here, and for today, where are we? Did you break it, Ron? I don't seem to be listed here anymore. Did you just deschedule me? Or is it because I'm looking at this on a high-res monitor? Because I'm scrolling and it's not showing me. Oh, there we go. Yeah, apparently it breaks at high res. Anyway, because I've got this monitor set at 4K. You can come here and go and subscribe to me on Discord. So if you click the subscribe button here, it'll send you off to the Splinterlands TV Discord, and every time I go live, except for the next 2 weeks, where you'll get Max and Rick on the mountain, which is even more of a reason to go click that subscribe button, you'll get alerted when I am streaming on Splinterlands TV, and you'll get to see more fantastic memes just like this. Just like this. Isn't it absolutely beautiful? Even in its fully enlarged low-res glory here. So go do that. Go subscribe. Or, you can subscribe to Rick's show, which is before me. Subscribe to J-Ron. Subscribe to anyone. Subscribe to everyone. Do whatever you want. It'll be great, great fun. Let's go back to these cards, and let's go back to this tier list. I still think Rune Master Artois. I'm going to pretend he's French because he's wearing winter gear. I think he belongs in the maybe not the burn the card category, but meh. Why would I choose him over some of the other choices? I don't think we'll ever see another card as good as Kron with Last Stand, because we all know how broken Kron is. But broken in a good way. Let's change this back to all cards. So that concludes the life splinter. And we better get a bit of a hurry on here because we've only got an hour left to go through this particular thing. And we're going to jump into the Night Gal. Ooh. Did they get a change? I don't seem to remember them having force field. Replaced Enrage with Taunt. Ooh, that's interesting. I think I would have preferred them all with Taunt. I feel like they're easier to kill if you've got Rift Watchers, at least. Going to be mega weak to magic. I'm pretty sure I put them as a solid choice last time, maybe? No, I just put them as use it in battle. I think they're still going to be in that category of use it in battle. No, I do have another account. My other account is Hollow Zaps. That's where I send everything that I'm not actively playing with at any time. So those are my two accounts, is the Holozor one and the Hollow Zaps account. Hollow Zaps account has a random mismatch of just extra stuff, but you'll find some interesting surprises there, particularly with some of the reward cards that I coveted once upon a time. Let's see if you can come back to the chat, Anti-Fragile, with the cards that I have the most BCX of. And you can tell me whether or not I made good decisions in the past or whether I made poor decisions. Because there's some cards on that account that I'm like, I have so many. Yes, Mighty Cylon, the notifications do pop up in the Splinterlands TV Discord. It'll ping you if you subscribe to a streamer via that button on the website. Provided, of course, you have joined the Splinterlands TV Discord, which that button will do for you. It all works that way. Nah, not Demented Sharks. Not Demented Sharks. That's not what I'm talking about. That is not what I'm talking about. You need to look at the total BCX owned. I don't even have a max Demented Shark of my own. Next card up is the Arachne Thug. We have a Spider Thug. And if they had any changes, they've not had any changes. I said use it in battle because there's not many tramples in the Death Splinter. And a reach plus a trample with all of the nice, healthy, amazing stuns is gonna go nicely. At least that's my feeling. Now, Cabalist, this is a card I remember. And it's a card that I like. Why do I like it? Because it reminds me of Phantom Soldier. It's got a little bit less health, but Amplify, Giant Killer, Demoralize. It's an anti-melee version of Phantom Soldier, and Phantom Soldier is one of the oldest reward cards. That's awesome. Yes, Nectar Queen is one of those cards that I have way too many of, and Wood Nymph is one of those other cards that I have way too many cards of as well. If you do the maths on Wood Nymph and Nectar Queen, I believe I probably have 2% of the supply of each of those cards, because I was like, these cards are amazing, I like these cards, and I was very much doing a push and shove on those cards. And I ended up with many of them. And I don't know how that's played out for me at this point, but I know that I've got a lot of them. In the case of Nectar Queen and Wood Nymph, I have an absurd amount of them. More than is probably healthy. And that's fine, because I made that choice myself. Am I selling any? No. I have this disorder, which is like once I acquire a Splinterlands card, I cannot let it out of my grip or my grasp. It's a very debilitating disorder. I very much think that they should medically assess us poor sufferers that have this disorder. It's something that I struggle with every day. And you too can get help by acquiring more Splinterlands cards. It's the only cure, is to obtain more Splinterlands cards. Yeah. If I was attending Splinterfest, you'd find me sitting in a corner going, "Hi, my name's Holazor, and I'm a hodler." Except with the crazy hair, and I'd be ranting and raving like a lunatic about how once I hold on to something that's Splinterlands related, I can't let go of it. Maybe we should start like a Splinterlands mountain climbing division because we have such iron hands. I don't know if we should. We've got the Queen of Crows up next. And I think Queen of Crows is just a better version of a legendary that came out of one of the reward editions, but I can't remember where I put the Queen of Crows. I put them in the solid category. I don't know if they're good enough to belong in the solid category. I feel like they're going to be quite situational. The close range, the headwinds, the slow, the 13 health. I think it's going to be pretty powerful. I'm gonna leave it in the solid category. I don't think it belongs anywhere else. Now we come to Dallin. I guess Hero of the Beyond's pretty similar, but I think there's better synergies in Death Splinter with these abilities, because you can conceivably play this with Mimosa or with Ouster. It's still going to be super effective. You play this with Ouster, oh my god, is it going to be incredible. Magic Reflect and Return Fire? Sure, you might get shredded pretty quickly, but it's going to be great in a lot of scenarios. Now, Dallin is firmly and squarely in the cheating category. I don't care what anyone says. Cripple, you haven't seen what Cripple is capable of yet. You will see what Cripple is capable of. Something that can't be cleansed, that removes 1 health permanently from a creature. I don't think Cripple works with Blast. If it does, like, you need an entirely new tier beyond cheating, and Dallin would sit alone in that category. Dallin is cheating. Fight me. Another card that is also cheating is Ra. Ra is cheating because they have Double Strike, Scattershot, Giant Killer, Rust, and they freaking fly. Now, this is no Goddess of the Sun, or God of the Sun, because it's got an extra A, and in Australia, at least in South Australia where I live, Ra is Royal Automotive Association, and I don't see any automotive being driven by Ra, or the RAA, as we call it here. But they're still cheating. Double Strike with that much damage with Giant Killer It's gonna absolutely shred things. But the scatter shot may let it down. This is just a cheaper Chaos Dragon that does range damage instead of magical damage. It could do 16 damage if it's hitting a giant. 16 damage if it's hitting a giant killer. Think about that for a second. 16 damage. I think it's going to be freaking wonderful. Alright. Moving on now, we have an airdrop card, which is Usut. And we've got another challenge here on the QA server, which I'll grab in just a second. We got Blast, we got Blast Shield, and we have Redemption. Very weak, though, at 2 health. Second position, they'll be solid, but they can be taken down with opportunity very easily, because 2 health is not a lot of health. I think I'm going to throw it in meh on account of just how vulnerable it is to opportunity. For a legendary card, I'd expect it to be better. Let's go in and grab this challenge here. And we'll see whether or not we can use Ra. Oh, we can't use Ra. It's keep your distance and unprotected. So I guess it's a good chance to try out Fernheart. And let's throw in everything that's mana related. I'm misinformed about Runemaster Flurry being a good choice. Very, very misinformed. But Acid Shooter is always a good choice. In fact, I think I might just go with Poisons, because I don't foresee there being very many cleanse opportunities here. Let's see what Grenadier does with Fernheart. And let's see what double cripples can do. And we'll throw in the good old school Earth Elemental in the back. See how this goes. Yeah, you guys are right. It's a glassy cannon. It's not vulnerable to magic reflect like Ruler of the Seas is. But opportunity, that's what I'm afraid of here. You'd have to make sure you're playing this guy with something like a Nightgale. Playing it with a Nightgale, that would work very well. Because you've got the Blast Shield against that opportunity. So, I don't know. Maybe it's a use it in battle. Maybe it's a meh, but I'm going to slot it in use it in battle. But I think it's very much dependent on what you're playing it with. Alright, we've got our battle. We've got all rewards and Untamed. What is this? Well, to be fair, the only card I'm using here that's of the new edition is the Fernheart, i.e. the Fern Me. And good job on bringing Quicks to minimize the range damage. But I think the single Rift Watchers card is going to come out trumps here. Unless Naga Assassin can backfire us to death, which they very well might. If they do, absolute respect, because backfire is an incredible ability. But it doesn't look like they were capable of doing that. So I can safely say I'm undefeated on the QA server. For today, at least. Let's go back to this card collection. and look at... Yeah, I really like Backfire as well. I think it's such a great and amazing skill. Hey, Bordell as well. Welcome. Good to see you. I believe that brings us up to the Dragon Splinter. Now, my opinions on Whelp Herder cannot be tamed. I lost my mouse cursor there. Whelp Herder is push and shove. I want as many Whelp Herders as possible in my team. Why do I want as many Whelp Herders as possible in my team? Because they are basically a better version of the Celestial Harpy. Fiendish Harpy. Here you've got flying and opportunity for 2 mana. He's a common card. Dragon commons are pretty rare. I know that's a bit of a contradiction in terms of a sentence, but you've got opportunity, you've got snare, and you've got dispel, and you cost 3 mana, and you've got 6 health. Why not cheating? I think because it's a common. Nah, you might be right. This guy, is he cheating? Anytime in low mana matches, yeah, let's move him to cheating. Yeah, I'll take that. No, I'm not ready to open my packs. I do not have enough potions. I'll be opening some packs on my Thursday stream, but I do not have enough potions on the real Splinterlands server. So, next up on the list is the Runic Skyclaw. Where did I put Runic Skyclaw last time around? Because I do not remember. Where did my collection of cards go? I think I put Runic Skyclaw in... Where did they go? I don't know where I put them. I must be blind. Put it to cheating. Alright. Alright, purple card. Runic Skyclaw. Did I put them in use it in battle? Or did I put them in push and shove? No, they're not there. They're in the solid category. So here we have something with flying, snipe, reflection shield, and giant killer. And they've got decent speed. So that's a rare. Yeah, I think I stand by my solid decision. I think they're going to be mighty useful. And now we have everyone's favorite thing to say, summoner. We have a Thiptha, which is not very much fun to say. I feel like in any tournament, for those of you who are going to Splinterfest, you should play Thiptha as much as possible just to hear the commentators say that. Phase in Dragon Splinter is going to be incredible. Don't think it's going to be cheating, but it's going to be push and shove. Think about dragons that are all suddenly the nightmare from Death Splinter. That's what you've got. Now we have a new gold dragon, but with taunt. Abor Longtail. I can't remember where I put them last time, but I'm thinking solid. I just think they're going to be pretty fragile. I put them and use it in battle. See, they're going to be vulnerable to Giant Killer. They're going to be vulnerable to Fury. It's a lot of things to be vulnerable to, so I don't think they get to go into the solid category. I think they just go into the use it in battle category. And now we have Runecrafter, which again is a card that I burnt last time on QA. Runecrafter has Fury and Snare. They're incapable of flight. They are a neutral card. And last time I said that all Runecrafters should be burnt. And I still don't see the point in selecting an 8-mana neutral with Fury and Snare when you could play literally any other creature, almost, from any other Splinter and be like, oh, look at me. I'm using something other than Runecrafter. Would you be disappointed getting this guy out of a booster? I would be. And so should you. I don't see the point in Runecrafter. Now, Junker, on the other hand, is another neutral repair. They cost 7 mana. I'm aware of the fact that there's going to be higher mana rule sets on a more consistent basis with the release of Rift Watchers, but I feel like it's pretty meh. I'm not an enormous fan of the Junker. I'm gonna put them in the meh category. And not many cards left now. We've got the Scavo Technomancer. They were Gloridax Magus, but worse. But now they've got Rust. I think that makes them slightly better, but I think it still makes them pretty meh, unless they're played with Green Splinter and you're stacking all of those Rusts. I'm leaving it in the meh category because I feel like I'd still choose Gloridax Magus over this, and Gloridax Magus is a terrible card to begin with. And now we return to our other cheating creature, which is essentially a new and improved Hydra. With all of the dodges, all of the fanciness in the world, Corel Lurker firmly goes into the cheating category. And then there's one last Chaos Legion card. Sorry, Rift Watchers card. Which is the... Where is it? It's the dragon card. Here it is. It's the Ashur Constantina, which has more than Revive, so I should go and investigate that. We have Revive, Tank Heal, and Blast Shield. Again, I think this belongs well and truly in this category of cheating, just like Dr. Blight. The only thing it's missing is you're going to have to play it with something that's got Cleanse, and I don't know if Dragon Splinter has much Cleanse, but that is my revised Rift Watchers tier list. So now that I've done that, we're gonna go open some packs on the QA server, and simultaneously I'm gonna be keeping an eye on my tier list here and see how I feel when I open up the packs and what I get. I will upload this to my Hive blog tomorrow, along with the replay for this stream. Yeah, Diamond Dragon has Cleanse, good call. So yeah, you definitely want to play the Rift Watchers promo card with Diamond Dragon. Alright, let's see how I feel about whatever's in this pack. Queen of Crows. Yeah, I feel alright about that, even more so the fact that it came out as a gold foil rare. Coastal Nymph. Yeah, I feel okay. So Queen of Crows I know I had in solid. Coastal Nymph. Where did I have Coastal Nymph? I had them in Use It in Battle. So yeah, I feel like that's alright in terms of like psychology. Oh, Whelp Herder. I want that card. And the fact that it came out gold foil also is like, yes, amazing. Now we've got a common. Time Meddler. Solid. Yeah, I feel okay about that. Now what's this one? It's the Scavo Technomancer. And I feel super bad about it because it's in the meh category. So I feel like my tier list is working. Let's look at another pack of my 10,000 that I have on the QA server because they cost nothing on the QA server. Well, that's a lie. It costs a little bit more than nothing. It costs 1,000 Splinterlands packs to gain access. Right, that rare's in the same spot. I clicked away from the window. I'm such a fool. Feel okay about the Night Gal or Ghoul. Feel okay about the Bramble Pixie. It doesn't have the same impact as a level 1 card, missing the Fury. But knowing what it grows into, it still sits in that solid category. Another Coastal Nymph. Really, another Scavo Technomancer. I feel really bad about that Scavo Technomancer. Yeah, let's do that, Rick. Let's do the reveal or the open multiple. I think you're limited to 200 at a time, so we'll do the 200 at a time. Go full screen here. We'll click reveal all and legendary out of the gates. Usut. Oh, look at that Technomancer. He's back again. That's going too quickly. Look at all this. I can't commentate this quickly. There's a gold foil legendary in there. Hey, hold my cards. Don't feel bad about the gold foil Aquatis. Okay, now that we're done there, that was 200 packs. 2 Usuts, 55 Junkers, a gold foil Technomancer. Go away. I hate the Technomancer. Stay away. No one cares. 3 Longtails, 25 Technologists, which I really like. Don't mind gold foil Runeslinger as an option. Solid number of Ilthians. Decent number of Corsair Busans. Cabalist, pretty happy about that. Runic Skyclaw, feel like they're going to be more situational than a solid choice. Coriol Lurker, of course, amazing, brilliant. Fernheart, only 5? That's how you know you're disappointed. You're like, I only got 5 of them? What? Sea Stalker, yeah, cool, awesome. Scavo Technomancer, go away. You go in the burn pile. Septic Slime, yeah, happy about that. Time Meddler, great. More for the pile. Runecrafter, the artwork sort of betrays how bad of a card it actually is. 4 of the Thiptha Summoner. 53 Whelp Herders feels good. And of course, the gold foil, the legendary gold foil, is the most rubbish one, in my opinion. Happy with this guy in gold foil as well. Don't mind that at all. Ash Mirage, okay, sure. Again, Runeslinger. Prefer that one in gold foil personally. Sudier Shaman, I think I feel meh, which I think is where I put it. Just the fact that it's got charge. Yeah, I mean, you saw what Ron did. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna own Fernheart as being me in the future. Nine Skagors. I feel okay. Lycan Beast, I like the artwork, but I hate the card. Watercaller, cool. Revealers, but in Blue Splinter, like I said before. Then we've got Corsair Busan. That's another one that's not bad in gold foil. Lemel Refugee, I look at the artwork, I feel very meh, as opposed to Solid Choice. Where did we put it? Yeah, we did put it in there. So that feels about right in terms of where it sits. Let's jump back to Holazor of the Forest. Oh, that's a great name for the card. We should do an SPS proposal for a rename. I'm sure it will pass. Not really. Runemaster Flory. Feel good about that. Dallin, yes. Give me more Dallins. I want more Dallins. As just with the stun there, I feel like not the best, but I know they get triage, so it's still solid. Tinderlock, I'm feeling pretty meh, but I don't play Fire Splinter a lot. Again here, you take this on face value, you think, not great. But then you realize what they grow into, and then you're like, oh, want. Night Ghoul, yeah, they're alright, I guess. Ash Mirage, again, yeah, they're alright, I guess. Aquatis, very divisive. Still, you're not mad about getting summoners. Then Arachne Thug, Runemaster Kai, Gold Foil Tinderlock. Oh, there was another Gold Foil Usut. Not bad. Decent number of Queen of Crows, some Lemel Refugees, Time Meddler, a Ra. Gold Foil Runic Skyclaws are nice. Gold Foil Summoner is nice. The Rune Crafter, ugh. Still feel like they should burn. I feel gypped that was only one Mortius. Super happy about the multiple Whelp Herders in Gold Foil. Not happy about Rune Master because I still feel very divisive on that card. Lycan Beast, and Coastal Nymph makes another appearance. So I think on my main account I've got enough to open maybe 300 or so Rift Watches on Thursday when I've got my next stream. So I feel like I should use up all my luck here on the QA server. And we'll open up another 114. And then we can see what analog I get in the real world. Do my stream on Thursday. I think it's more fun opening them one by one. I feel like there should have been an epic in that pack. It also lasts longer this way. It's not over in an instant. And then that instant sense of regret of just, man, that was that many packs, dollars worth of packs. That's meh. That's awesome. That's okay. That's, this is a bad pack apart from the Whelp Herder. Yeah, I wouldn't be happy with that pack. All right, let's do another. Let's do another 100. Click the wrong button there. Let's do another 100 here. No, the real packs are probably going to come through either tomorrow or the day after, according to all the previous announcement that we had. But Thursday will be when I will be opening mine to coincide with my stream. I feel good about Uliths. I don't feel good about Lemel Refugees, apart from the fact that they're gold. Feel okay about the Bramble Pixie. Feel very good about the Whelp Herder. Studio Shaman, Go away, Scavo Technomancer. I don't like you. Nice. Oh, here we go. Oh, there's the other Mortius. They appear alone and in quantities of one, apparently. Nice. Techno-Wizologist. Tinderlocks. Time Meddlers. What are you? Oh, you're a gold foil. Queen of Crows. And now we've got a legendary. And of course it's a Rune Master. Rune Mancer. Oh, there we go. Summoner. Another summoner here. Oh, 6 Fern Hearts. Beautiful. Septic Slime. Don't mind if I do. More Queens of Crows. And the legendaries like this last row. Rune Master Flore. Night Ghoul. Oh, is it 3 in a row? Golds? Yes. 4 in a row. Damn. Can it be 5 in a row golds? No, because 29 gold foils in a single flip would be outrageous. There's the Corsair. Here we've got another summoner, Skagor. Oh, legendary. Rune Master Kai. Or 2 of them. Oh, and there's another one. Another gold. Rune Slinger. Arachne Thug. Night Ghoul. Another gold there. 15 Kabbalists. I hope that my gold foil rate is as high when I open cards on my main account. Oh, why couldn't you turn gold? Why couldn't you turn gold? No, not you. You go in the burn pile. 22 Junkers. Lycan Beasts. Okay, here we go again. Another. There it is. There it is. That's the one you want. I knew it was going to go gold because we'd already flipped one over here. That's the one you want. You want all of them in gold. And you've got a Skyclaw. 6 more Summoners. Ashmirage. Sea Stalker. Oh, why couldn't you go gold, Dallin? Why couldn't you go gold? Time Meddler's another one that you wouldn't mind in gold foil. Go get them all in gold foil. I don't know. I'm not your boss. Aquatus. Runeslinger. Oh, 20 Whelperders. They're the ones you want. So yeah, if I open that on my main account, I think I'd be pretty happy. I feel like I would have gotten what I wanted out of my potions. But if I switch away from the QA server, we head right on back to regular town. How many potions do I have? I've got 1,694 legendary potions. So 1,694 divided by 5. I'll be opening 338 packs on my stream, unless of course I obtain more potions in the interim, which I'm likely to do, because I think I'm just going to have a slow burn, because I don't really want to spend DEC picking up potions when, if we have a look at prior rewards, yes I do, too curious. I also have my Chaos Legion maxed out, not in gold foil, but in a mixture of gold foil and whatever. For the airdrops, so what I did with Untamed was I bought my packs, I opened a bunch of packs, then I finished my collection from the market when I was ready to level up to Diamond or Champ. Then my strategy is to wait until all the summoner airdrops are in. Then I open the packs, because there's a chance of the summoners being inside of those packs. That's what I did with Untamed, and it went pretty well for me. So I'm hoping I can repeat that success. I'm also sort of hoping to keep them as closed because I'm going to need things for my land in the long run as well. Yeah, there is that opportunity cost of losing out on the rentals. And there's also that chance that there could be additional gold foils in here that would also increase my battle rewards as well. But I was pretty selective, I say, as I scroll past a max gold foil Venari Knifer in what I was turning to gold foil. So instant I saw Goblin Psychic, I'm like, yeah, that's a gold foil that I want. Same thing with Stitch Leech. I was like, that's a gold foil I want. Chaos Knight, I was just annoyed because I was trying to buy the regular foil version and there was not enough on the market. And there were enough of the gold foil Chaos Knight on the market at the time. So I was like, it's only like $10 or $15 more expensive for the gold foil Chaos Knight. So that's how I ended up with my gold foil Chaos Knight. Not because I thought they were fantastic or brilliant, but that was the reason. So yeah, that's my justification to myself on those things there. And believe it or not, I haven't actually played a game with Conqueror Jacek yet, or Yasik, however it is said. I've not played a single battle, but I did get 13 airdropped. Explain the gold foil Knifer? Well, that's easy. They're just like my favorite card. They're just like the Pellicore Defective. They've got backfire, and anything with backfire is gold foil town because no one values the backfire ability. Exactly. I saw backfire and I'm like, I must have it. I still, like I said earlier in the stream, really feel that backfire needs to be augmented by amplify. You should be doing 3 damage with backfire if you've got amplify in your team. I feel like that should work, and that's why I'll probably end up with a gold foil Aquatus somehow. Yeah. he is really good with super sneak, but backfire was the main reason. Yeah, don't tell us anything too curious. I'm sure there's an NDA on your summoner, but I'm keen to see what you come up with because I know you're a brilliant tactician in game. You've been with us since the beginning. I remember being defeated by your teams on a very regular basis. Immortalis, they're going to have Resurrect, aren't they? That's my suspicion. They're going to have Resurrect, or they're going to give everyone immunity. It's one of those two things with that name. Everyone has Resurrect, or everyone has immunity. Either of those things I'll be happy with. That's my speculation. I know nothing. I know nothing at all. But if it's either of those things, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I want that. You want an immunity summoner? I want an immunity summoner. It'll just be like Billa, right? Billa's an awesome summoner. And she does a really good job. Imagine something with immunity. It would be fantastic. Oh, maybe Immortalis has Revive and Cleanse. Don't know how that works. Doesn't really synergize well, but I don't know. We'll see. Immunity and Redemption on one card. What's his name? Wants to come have a word. Reward Card Man. That's also legendary. Is he legendary? No, I'm thinking of an Chaos Legion man. Referral the Purifier. They want they want immunity, but it's so much fun having Referral the Purifier do like 5 damage in Life Splinter when he gets resurrected a bajillion times because he's so useless and he keeps dying and coming back to life between his lazy charged attacks. Yeah, I'm saying all of those words about negative emotions for Referral the Purifier just to stir up Ron, and I really hope it's got his blood pressure elevated. Because what is life without discourse and conflict? Boring. That's what it is. Yeah, I'm excited about how Rift Watchers is going to change the state of the game as well. But at the same time, I'm gonna it's a personal attack against Uriel the Purifier. I'm sure he could pound me into a submissive, dead, bearded Splinterlands battle mage. But I'm very keen to see what other information comes along about the future airdrops for not only Whatchamajigger, Chaos Legion. I still don't have enough packs overall because I purchased my Chaos Legion packs on a different account for all the airdrops. But with the Rift Gems, it's going to be exciting to see what these other airdrops are going to be. It's going to be exciting to see what happens with tower defense as well. It's going to be exciting to see what happens with Bruni. It's going to be exciting to see what happens with the Splinterfest exclusive summoner. I don't know that I'll be able to get one of those, but we'll see. We did have the reveal last time that the Splinterfest summoner will be a neutral. Aggie did let that slip in the announcements channel about a week ago. So that's going to be interesting, however that's going to work. And of course, I think there's still some skins left. Look at that, there's 130 Minotaur Warrior skins. Go get them. What about a Grumpy Dwarf skin? I'm looking forward to seeing more skins in the game. And most importantly, skin of my face on the Summoner Man of Green Splinter. But yes, this season for me, I haven't been playing as much as I probably should have. Been using the Archmage stuff because I'm going on holidays, of course, at the end of this week. And I'm going to have Archmage run my account while I'm not here. Because I'm going to be busy hiking and fishing and getting sunburnt or getting caught in the rain or doing things away from computing. So that's going to be fun for me. I'll come back looking more and more like Rift Watchers Summoner Man doing actual life. Fernheart, that's the one. I'll look more like Fernheart. But yes, it's going to be very, very interesting. Yeah, I think it's still going to have some level of appeal. And there's either people that get Splinterlands, I think, or people that just don't get it. I've met so many people who play like Hearthstone and Magic and all those other things online, and I tell them about Splinterlands and they say, hey, that sounds really cool. But then they never try it. It's sort of that maybe I'm not terribly convincing, or perhaps it's that whole I like this thing, I'm going to keep doing this thing because I know that I like this thing. And that sort of stickiness or that loyalty to something is good. Will I add Rift Watchers cards to my monster frame? The answer to that is a no. Why? Well, I'll tell you why. If we go to, say, the dice cards and we go to the lore tab where the artwork is stored, you'll see that this is sort of a full body portrait of the creature. It's also got the transparency going on, which makes it nice and easy to work with. But if we go over to the Roof Watchers stuff, and then we go over to the Lore tab, you'll see we get not a full body, not a borderless image. We get more of a piece of portraiture, which is fine, but it doesn't work well in the context of how I've made my stream boundary and my stream border. I could go and painfully cut out these creatures and make something along those lines, but effort. Lots and lots of effort. I went to university to study a master's degree in visual art and design for 5 years to spend it cutting out digital card artwork. I don't think so. I would have really loved to have seen a full-fledged artwork for this though, because some of the cards, the artwork is just absolutely amazing when you see the full thing. In particular, I think a Chaos Legion card that I'm thinking of, it's the big fiery woman on the... No, it's an Untamed card. Yeah, Fire Elemental. Where did you go, Fire Elemental? There you are. Like the artwork, I've said this before, for Fire Elemental in full is amazing. You look at the card, you're like, okay, cool, it's a Fire Elemental. It's an Angry Fire Lady. Then you look at the lore tab for her artwork and you're like, why is she in a gown? A ball gown made of fire. She's levitating, which is also cool. Except she really means business, because that's a lot of flame. There's a lot of flame around there. It's that cool stuff. Even with some other cards like Unicorn Mustang, that's making up the bottom left-hand side of my stream border there. It's a really nice artwork. And I feel like even though the quality of the artwork is getting better and better with each edition, I'm sort of missing the entire length portrait. That's one that could work. You could chop out the background and you'd have the whole character, but so many of them are not the entire character in the artwork. The art direction is certainly getting better and better, but here you have the Sea Stalker riding some sort of whale or sea creatures, but then when you zoomed in on the lore tab, that almost looks like a draft version of the final artwork. I like the final card work better. Didiaco says that Rune Mancer looks like an ex-girlfriend. Try to open some of them in a new browser tab. Alright, let's go to Mortius. Open a new tab. It seems to still have some PNG transparency there, but it's still a cropped character. If we just copy that outright, and then we'll go to our tier list. Oh, that's the wrong tier list. We'll dump it straight into Photoshop. Yeah, you can cut it out very easily by just going and select subject. Will probably do it for us. Yeah, almost, but not quite. It would need a bit more work. Let's get rid of that layer, and we'll go and try the Ra character. Back to Photoshop we go. If I just throw a solid red layer in between, and we'll get to see what that transparency is like. So not much transparency on Ra at all. Yeah. Oh, it's because I copied it from the game page and not from the direct image in new tab. But that's fine. I feel like it should cut out pretty nicely, but it's time. It's effort. Yeah, that one's a lot better in terms of the automatic subject selection, but it's time and it's not full body portraits. So I am Fernheart in Earth Splinter. I am Corsair Buson in Life Splinter. Let's find my identity in all the Splinterlands cards. Feels like some sort of BuzzFeed survey. To the cards. Alright. Fire Splinter. We find a better analog than Chimney Warstomp. Nah, he doesn't have black hair. I could be Exploding Dwarf. Exploding Dwarf works for me. But I'm not really a dwarf. Or I could be Ifrit Elder. They've got a beard, and they look old and annoyed. And I am often old and annoyed in terms of how I feel about the world. I could also be Magnor. What Splinterlands card are you? I could also be Zara and Ifrit, although he doesn't really have much of a beard. We do have Water Holozor. Water Holozor is so easy. I mean, look at this guy. This is Water Holozor. Like, right there. You just wanted to see Jino Sharnus. It's Jino Holozor. Clearly. I don't have the physique to match, but I've got the hair. I don't have the glowy eyes or the magical orbs of water. But I could pull off an Ashanis cosplay. Let's go Green Splinter. We know we're Fernheart, but I could also be Kron. There's a beard. Life Splinter, we said Corsair Busan. A younger Holozor would have been an Armor Smith. Yeah, I'll take Corsair Busan. Just don't make me Rune Master Otwald. Who am I in Death Splinter? I've got to be the Pelacor Deceiver. He doesn't have a beard, but I got to be the Pelacor Deceiver. Maybe I'm Dallin. It looks like there's a white beard underneath that hood. I'll take the honor of being Dallin. Or I could be Cthulhu. Or maybe an undead lich. I don't know. I won't be going to Splinterfest. Let's see, do we have a dragon creature that would work as me? Gotta go to all cards for this. There's many dragon cards that I don't own. Maybe Archmage Arius? Maybe. I'll have to be a lot more older and a lot more white-headed. I think all the summoners look like me. Now, neutral cards, that's going to be a challenge. I could be a Grumpy Dwarf. There's an old school card. As I said earlier, I am not a rune crafter. If I had bold patches, I could pass for a hobgoblin. I could be a dwarven wizard. I wouldn't mind being a dwarven wizard. Again, I'm not a dwarf though. I'm like 6'2", so that doesn't really fit my persona now, does it? Yeah, I think Zenith Monk? What do you mean, Zenith Monk? I'm not immune to magic. Where's the Zenith Monk gone? Am I just blind? I feel like I'm blind right now. I could swear they're a neutral. Are they a rare? I always thought they were a common. That's why. Yeah, no. No. No beard though. No beard. Yeah, he's hiding with the rare cards because he is a rare card. Yeah, maybe. Maybe it could be Zenith Monk. At least I'm not a Cyclops. Not yet. That could change. I could lose an eye at any moment. Where did you see this picture, Butops? I know it's probably on the blockchain somewhere. We'd have to go digging really, really far into my old blog posts for that. I saw a picture of me without a beard. Did you see a picture of a child? A picture of an infant? It's possible. It's very possible. I'm going to click battle on the QA server and see what happens in, you know, Novice League, where there's likely to be nobody there. Ron just posted my Fernheart image into the Monster Mavericks chat on Discord a little while ago. I just noticed the message there now. Oh, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. It is absolutely perfect. I don't think I'll be finding a match on the QA server. Yeah, exactly. Nothing will happen. It will be absolutely nothing at all. I really feel like I should be accumulating more potions at this point. But I think I'm going to get there eventually. Eventually I'm going to want to rip open all of those packs. Oh, Ron, my savior, you sent me a challenge. What is this leak? It's not max level. Hopefully we can use our new creatures. Not a lot of them though. Actually, you know what? I'm going to try that Runemancer guy. Can I try Runemancer guy? Yes, I can. He doesn't have Last Stand, so therefore he's useless. Never mind. I was gonna go with what llama creature can we do from the new set? Not a whole lot from the new set can be llama creatures. I think this is Gold League. We can't go Thiptha because there's no thing, but we can go Dallin. And do we have... Oh, too expensive. The double strike. Let's test to see if Blast works with Cripple. Let's do some research. I hope Ron's playing more than one creature. Oh, watch him. Oh no, he's not going to die. Alright. Cripple? No. Cripple does not work with Blast, apparently. and I completely ignored the fact that this had Earthquake in the rule set. We will see what the conclusion of this battle is before I depart, which will be happening in just a few moments. I think I'm going to lose here, though, due to Earthquake. So thanks, everyone, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Cheers.